welcome to my YouTube channel, Florence, formerly known as Bay Area Mindfulness. My name is Florence, my mom's name is Ophelia, and so I have put those two together to get Florence Ophelia. I think it's really, really beautiful. We both have great names, so why not put them together? The thing that is staying the same though is the topics that I will be covering on this channel. Bay Area Mindfulness is exactly what it sounds like. I'm a girl living in the Bay Area and I love to talk about mindfulness. I like to share advice based off of the mistakes that I've made, the insights that I've gleaned, the perspective that I have. So obviously I don't know everything. I don't have the answer to all of life's questions. However, I have lived a good part of my life and I think I've learned a little something. So that's what I like to share here. Florence Ophelia will be exactly the same thing. I have just changed my YouTube name to something that feels more authentic to me at this point in time. Without further ado, what this video is about today is the Alaska Airlines Flight Pass. So I don't know if you've heard about it, but Alaska Airlines has recently come out with a subscription plan. I have personally never heard of an airline having a subscription plan, so for me, this is definitely something new. And then, align that with the fact that I have to travel between San Francisco and Southern California quite a lot for family reasons as well as for business. So this subscription couldn't have come at a better time. You've probably heard about it too. I think it's floating around social media, but I haven't seen people really do any informational videos about it. You can head over to their FAQs page online, or you can hear about it from me because I've already read all of that and I've purchased the subscription, and I'll tell you why. So stay tuned and I will cover the basics and share with you what I think about this flight pass. Okay, so firstly, what is the Alaska Airlines Flight Pass? So essentially, it is a subscription that you purchase on an annual basis from Alaska Airlines, but it's billed monthly, I believe. Yes, monthly. And there are different tiers to it. So for me, I'm pretty cautious. I don't want to go to the top tier right away. So I've started at the most bottom tier, the most basic one, which is basically where you pay $49 a month, every single month, without fail, for a year, and you get one round trip flight every other month. So if you think about it, 2 months have to go by, I believe, for you to get a credit. That's how it's sounding like to me based off of what I've read. So if you think about it, $49, let's just say $50. $50 one month, $50 a second month. So that's basically $100 that you've paid for this round trip flight. And then they say that you have to pay applicable airport fees. So that could be like another $20. So that right there is $120 for a round trip flight. Keep in mind that you can only go between certain cities. And I believe off the top of my head, the cities are San Francisco, I believe it's like Sacramento. It's like Bay Area cities, and then also SoCal cities, so like LA, San Diego. I believe there are some cities in Arizona, and you can also go to Vegas. So it's a good number of cool cities that you might want to travel to. They say that this flight pass is best for folks that like to travel a lot, of course, but also for people that work remotely, or maybe work in multiple cities. Sort of like myself. I won't get into it too much, but I do have to travel between the Bay Area and San Diego for my business as well as for family, as I mentioned earlier. So that's what Flight Pass is. It's an annual subscription. The most basic tier is $49 per month for one round trip flight between select cities every other month. So it's a little specific. My thoughts on that. So $120 for a round trip flight between SF and San Diego, for example, using myself, isn't that unprecedented of a price. I've gotten cheap flights on Southwest before for about this price. I think the benefit of the flight pass is that it's guaranteed. So with Southwest, you can do the low fare calendar and kind of, pick flights that are on the least popular days. So like I would say Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the cheapest flights, and then make sure that you book it out a few weeks in advance, and you can get those cheap, I think they're called want to get away flights on Southwest. So this is comparable to those types of flights on Southwest. So I don't think that it's so much cheaper than what Southwest is offering. However, I think the guarantee of it is what's really nice. That without a doubt, your tickets round trip are never going to cost more than about $120. So there is some fine print. They say that occasionally it may be a really popular flight, whatever that means, and it may be more than that. Again, I haven't used this flight pass yet, so I haven't experienced a flight that's like blacked out and I can't purchase it. So that's one thing that is kind of still up in the air for me. What is a flight that I can't apply this to? And I'm pretty sure I will encounter this at some point, and I'll let you know. But yeah, for the most part, they say most of the time you should be able to count on the price being, what I just added it up to be $120. That's at the most basic rate. So they have, I believe, 2 other tiers. If you go up another $50, so instead of $49, I'm just rounding up. So instead of $50 per month, you pay $100 per month, I believe, and you get more flights more often. And let me look that up because I want to be really specific so you have the information. Hold on one second. All right, so it's a little confusing when you go onto their website, so I'm going to break it down for you. So there's Flight Pass, and then there's Flight Pass Pro. So let's just talk about Flight Pass. Flight Pass has a couple tiers in itself, so keep that in mind. So let's just talk about Flight Pass. So the first level Flight Pass is just what I already described to you, $49 a month, 1 round trip ticket every other month for basically $120 at the end of the day after you pay all the fees, okay? Then if you want to go up a level of a Flight Pass, so Flight Pass level, let's say 2, you pay an additional $50. So you pay that base rate, the $49, plus this additional $50 to get you to $99, and you will get 1 round trip flight every month. $99 for 1 round trip flight every month is not horrible. I might have to upgrade, and if you were wondering about that, you can't upgrade at any time. You just have to call Alaska Airlines customer service. So that's something to keep in mind. There's another level of Flight Pass. So let's say this is level 3. If you pay an additional $140 on top of the $49, so that brings you to $199 per month, you get 2 round trip tickets every month. That's a lot, so I'm not traveling that much. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I don't really want to pay that much. So I'm just gonna stick to the very base Flight Pass level 1, as I mentioned, and so that's $49 a month, 1 round trip ticket every other month. And if I like the service, then I think I will upgrade to the $99 a month so that I get a round trip ticket every month. So keep that in mind. So let's see. So that's Flight Pass. Let's talk about Flight Pass Pro, because what the heck? Okay, so I think the difference with Flight Pass Pro is the amount of booking time, the amount of advance booking that you need, so to speak. So with the regular Flight Pass, you must book, I think, at least 2 weeks in advance. So you have to have some, knowledge of what your plans are going to be. Flight Pass Pro looks like the difference is you can book anytime up to the day of departure. So that's like extreme flexibility. And I think it has the same, it has the same 3 tiers. So you can start at the $199 a month is the base level Flight Pass Pro. Hopefully I'm not confusing you. So that's 1 round trip flight every 2 months, but you can book up to the last second. So I guess this is good for you if you don't really know your schedule, if you just have to be bouncing around to different cities randomly. I don't know whose life that is. I'm sure somebody has that life, not me. The next level is you add $200 to the $199. So is that $399? So if you have the extra $399 a month, you can get one round trip flight monthly, but you could book up to the last minute. To me, that doesn't really seem like such a great deal. I mean, maybe because last minute flights can be very expensive, but yeah, I guess if you're balling like that, if you have that type of lifestyle, this could serve you. Who knows? And then the top tier of Flight Pass Pro, Flight Pass Pro is 2 round trip flights monthly, so 2 trips monthly. So that's $199 plus $550, and I don't even want to do that math because I would never pay that much, but maybe you would like to, I don't know. But again, the big difference is that you can book anytime up to the day of departure. That's extreme flexibility for you. So if you have that lifestyle, you might want to consider Flight Pass Pro. I think most of us are probably on the Flight Pass level, where, you know, just have a little advance notice. If you know where you're going, you know, at least 2 weeks in advance, then that could be for you. I think if you're a remote worker, you probably do know your schedule at least up to the month. At least that's how I am. I'm not like, oh, I have to, you know, I need a jet set like right now, and I didn't know that yesterday. I don't have that type of schedule. So I'm gonna go again with the most basic package, which is the basic flight pass. For $49 a month, you have to book 2 weeks in advance at least, and you get 1 round trip ticket every other month. And just to repeat myself, you do have to pay the airport fees. So in addition to that monthly fee that you pay, when you do go book your ticket, you're gonna have to pay that extra like $20 to the airport or whatever. The other thing to keep in mind, so Alaska Airlines makes you pay for your checked bags, and I think it's somewhere around $30. So that's something to keep in mind, because on Southwest, you get 2 free checked bags, okay? That's a lot. That's like $60 right there. So that's definitely something to consider. All in all, after reading everything, I still think it's worth it if you have a particular type of lifestyle. I think knowing how much that you're gonna have to pay, and knowing that that's a guaranteed rate, it helps you budget. I think it just brings peace of mind. You know, and then also I like, when I find an airline that I like to stick with it because it just makes my traveling a lot more fluid. So I have been a diehard Southwest girl. I've been very, very happy with them. But sometimes, you know, those tickets are expensive. I don't know why, but occasionally, you know, I've paid $400 to go between SF and San Diego, and it was 2 weeks in advance, but for whatever reason, it was that much. So I look forward to having to only pay, you know, up to $120. Like I said, I haven't tried it yet. This is just my way of helping you understand what this pass is all about. When I've had more experience with it, I will do a part 2 of this video. So I hope this was helpful for you. Again, I have rebranded to Florence Ophelia. That's my name and my mom's name. And I have a lot of new content coming. I love giving advice. I love sharing information, so that you can go glow up and live your best life too. All right, well, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.